This podcast is brought to you by Mogul Squared Media. We create the content, you create the lifestyle.
So what's up, man?
Coolin', man.
You know what I want to hear, right?
What you want to hear?
Baby!
Welcome to another episode of the Buffet Boys. Take number 5.
Yeah, it's getting us a while to shake off this rust, but
Yeah.
we got it.
It's ring rust. We still out here though. We still knocking motherfuckers out. You want to catch these hands?
The hands don't go nowhere.
Hands never
hands
go
don't
nowhere. Hey, listen, the speed may go, but listen, that power, we still knocking motherfuckers
always
out.
there. It's always there.
Always there. It's that old man strength, that cock strong strength. You feel me? Yo, you know what it is. It's your boy, the Salvadoran sensation, Eb, and as always with me, it's my main man, 100 grand, the Hotep hustler himself, the best import coming out of Mexico, Mr. Kodak Brown, Mr. 32 Savage, Mr. Stole Your Girl, gave her right back, Mr. Uber on deck, Vic. What's poppin', Vic?
Ab, I'm fucking melting out here, Ab. I'm fucking dying,
You
son.
are in that high desert, too, like that real, like fucking, the top of the desert. That's where you're at right now. It is fucking hot as fuck out there.
I'm dying, dog. It's nuts. Just to put it in perspective, it was 116 on Friday.
Nope.
116.
Nope.
Just Fahrenheit.
Nope.
Fahrenheit.
Nope.
Just to let y'all know.
Nope. I'm good on that. That's way too fucking hot. It got to 117 on Friday out here. That's in Azusa.
Nah.
And to top it off, it got that fucking hot and it stayed in the 90s the entire night after that.
Yup. It was hard to fucking sleep.
What kind of shit is that?
Man, hey, that's a California summer for you. But it even seems unusual for us. Like, it doesn't feel, it feels like something's out of line here. Something's not going right.
Global warming. That's what that is.
Yeah.
That shit that Donald Trump does not want to acknowledge still.
So you think flat earthers call it global warming?
Ooh.
Or do they not believe in that at all either?
I don't know.
'Cause they don't believe in the globe, you know what I'm
flat
saying?
Earth warming.
Like flat earth warming.
It's just hot. It's just hot.
Yeah.
It's like a baking sheet. So then that would mean it'd be hot everywhere. No, it would only be hot on one side. Damn. So basically, California would be the crispy end, and then the middle would be like that cold, you haven't thawed out the chicken warm. And then I guess the East Coast would have a little bit.
The Hot Pocket.
Some remnants. How does that work
Hot
exactly?
Pocket fucking ice cold center. I don't know, man. I just know that it's fucking hot and I'm dying and I ain't even trying. I'm not even trying to step outside today. Like, today's going to be my day off. I'm not even fucking with it.
Yo, I mean, it's not as bad as it was Friday or Saturday, but it's still fucking hot. Actually, what's the weather like right now, yo? The weather out here is 101 right now. And what are you looking at right now over there?
102.
Oh, okay, we're not too far off. Yeah, 102.
Yeah.
All right, that's light. That's light, compared to 117 degrees.
Oh, damn, dog. It's nuts, man.
And you have AC at the crib, right?
I do have AC at the crib, but we Mexicans, so we try to avoid using it whenever possible.
Nah. Listen, all that old country shit, that goes right out the window when 117 starts creeping in the house.
Yo, you know what's funny, man? One of my buddies, he posted a picture of this dude. It completely seemed out of line. He was wearing a fucking hoodie and fucking skinny jeans. I don't know. He was getting some fucking burgers or something, and I thought it was out of line. I was like, this hipster shit's going too far.
Yo, Victor, you know what the problem is?
What?
You know what it is, man. The one thing about black and brown individuals is that we keep our head on a swivel at all times. That to me, that's not a that isn't a Snapchat moment for me or an Instagram story for me. You know what that is to me, Vic?
Oh, okay.
That's my antennas are raised. there's something going on here. This motherfucker has a hoodie, and it's 113 degrees out here.
I know what you're saying. You're saying he got the cal on him.
He got something on him, and I don't want to find out, because immediately that would be the first thing that pops in my mind is, yeah, that motherfucker got some. And maybe let me take this Hawaiian barbecue to go, because something's about to pop off, and I don't want to be a part of that. And that's the problem, man. Is see, some of these people, dog, they're not looking for crazy, and I'm looking for crazy at all times of the day. Doesn't matter where I'm at, who I'm with.
Yo, my friend lives in Inglewood, so this is in Inglewood.
Even worse.
Yeah, no, I didn't even think about that. Yo, for sure, yo.
That's the first thing that'd be on my mind. Like, this not. I'm not about to be a lick. I'm out. Listen, peace be unto you. I'm out. Everybody have a blessed day. 117 degrees in Inglewood, and you got a fucking hoodie on? Nah, you bugging.
There's something going on.
Something's about to happen. Yeah, and I'm not gonna be what happened. So I'm out this bitch. Listen, y'all can get robbed and shot. Nah, not at all. But yo, this heat wave has been fucking ridiculous, man. Seriously, I feel bad for anyone who doesn't have a fucking heater, or a fucking AC, because there's no way. How do you live in a house and it's like 89 degrees? Like, it'd be I'd lose my mind. I
hate to be morbid, but this is when like old people die, dog.
Jesus Christ, Dark Victor.
This kills fucking old people. No joke.
Yeah, I know.
Kills old people.
This. Yo, what was that season of Atlanta? That was Robin season. But during the summer, it's usually like killing season.
Yeah, killing season. Yeah.
If you're in the hood, you know what I mean. But I guess if you're old, I guess you also know what I mean. But geez, man, that is pretty morbid. Victor, you took this somewhere where I didn't want to
can, dog. You gotta get that watering can and just water grandma and grandpa, dog. Make sure they're all right.
Just hose them down and shit every 5 minutes. Like, yo, you good? Yeah, I used to remember when back in the day, early 90s, which when you think about it isn't too long ago, but AC, central AC, that really, like, if you had an air conditioning unit, like, you were balling. You know what I mean? Like, you were like, oh shit, yo, let's go to so-and-so's house. Yo, let's go to Rick's house. He got an AC, and Mama got an AC in the house.
And Costco got a fucking
you go to Costco.
Unit.
Yo, let's go kick it at Rick's house. Like, yo, we don't like Rick, but yo, man, it's 112. Yeah, let's go kick it with Rick. We used to get those fucking swamp coolers, man.
I know.
Big ass units where you would like dump ice and then dump water in the side, and it sounded like an old, just fucking backed up aqueduct. Sound like a big ass machine and shit.
And all it does is shoot out slightly cooler air.
Slightly cooler air. You would feel a little bit of the water. You like, once it started getting bad and that filter was getting bad, you feel like some of the water droplets hit you. You're like, oh, that's not half bad.
You might as well have just gotten a cup with ice in it and just kind of breathed into the ice and had it shoot back into your face. All right, it's the same thing.
Nah, the swamp coolers weren't bad for like 20 minutes, because after 20 minutes, when that water ran out and that ice melted, it was like, yo, we're just recirculating this fucking hot air. we gotta do something, man. I don't know how people live like that, man. I don't know how
the swamp cooler saved my life.
Yeah, for 20 minutes. But yeah,
20
man,
minutes at a time, man.
This shit is wild, and it's crazy when you're like, oh man, it's getting cooler. It's 102. No, and I guess the rest of the week is gonna be in the 90s. So I guess summer has officially started.
Relief.
That's fucking wild, man. I can't do it. I'm too big. Well, we talked about this last year, actually. We're too big to be this hot, and not in the good way. I meant like as in physically, like steaming on the inside.
Baby powder season. It is baby powder season.
Man, you got to take that with that gold bond season. Like, you got to walk around and dab yourself with, like, how chicks get up during the middle of lunch, but excuse me, I got to go use the bathroom, and they'll go and they'll kind
of powder the nose,
freshen up, dog. That's what this season is. Big boy freshening up seasoning. Like, you eating and like, yo, excuse me, ladies, I'll be back. You got to go into the bathroom, dab your penis with a little bit of that Gold Bond, and that's our freshening up. Because you can't listen. You walking around here with swamp crotch, that's going to be a problem. And Vic, listen, big dudes, we got big thighs, they chafe, and if you got that sweat going, listen, that area is gonna smell like death. Like straight
rip your area.
Ass. Yeah, the whole ain't nobody giving you head. Nobody's giving you head. Just so you know, no chick, no matter how dirty she is gonna go down on you and suck your dick. Let me take that back.
Nah,
there might be
nobody.
A couple.
Not nobody.
Yeah, no, not nobody. I'm sure there's some of y'all out there that love that tangy, sweet and salty.
Yeah, you're right. There's a freak for everything, dog. There's a freak for everything. So
that sweet and salty taste. I see you. That trail mix. Mm-hmm.
Oh, God bless those women, dog.
God bless you indeed, actually. You're right. Salute to you. Because you're doing the community a service.
Seriously.
You got these fat motherfuckers doing something to live for. Man. But yo, Vic, man, listen, hey, you know what's crazy? I ended up getting, I don't know if I told you this, but I submitted my 23andMe. I was going to say I submitted for my DNA test, but that was going to probably raise, different types of questions.
Amari?
With Amari?
Your wife listens to the show, Eb.
I did it on the low. I needed to make sure if it was my baby before I told her.
Yeah. Drake. Like Drake, dog, out here.
Damn. Yeah, right. Following in greatness.
Following your hero's footsteps, dog.
No. I went and did the 23andMe ancestry
you told
DNA
us about
test.
that.
I did.
You told us about that on the show, yeah.
And it finally came back after weeks and weeks of checking my emails incessantly. It finally came back, Vic. And I was quite surprised, to be honest with you. I thought I was going to be part colonizer and part colonized. And
okay,
to a degree, it was actually pretty spot on. So I got the results back. And they give you all types of different shit, lets you know what part of this chromosome gave you what and what you got from this and what you're more likely to do, blah, blah, blah. But no one really gives about that shit. No one gives a fuck about that. The thing that people really care about is where am I from? Where are my parents from? Where's my lineage come from? And I got it back. Actually, I got it last night, late last night. I opened it up today and quite surprised, like I said. So,
give it to us, dog. Come on.
48% of what I made up is Iberian, specifically Spain.
Iberian. Wow. Okay.
Which makes sense. Where my parents are. Yeah, it makes sense. Part of where we're from, Central America, Mexico, it was all colonized by Spaniards.
Yep.
Right? So it makes sense. Now, the other part kind of threw me for a loop. 38% was Native American.
Okay.
And the remaining amount was African, West African.
Wow, okay.
Come to find out that my great-great-grandfather is either from Senegal or from Cameroon.
What?
Yeah, man. And I was trying to think, how exactly did that happen? But as we know, colonizers...
I'll tell you. It's very simple. The same reason that all Mexicans, dog, it's funny, like all old school Mexicans fucking refute and deny it, and then you just bring up simple facts about colonization and what that led to, aka the slave trade.
Yep.
And that's how you get that. That's how you get black culture or black heritage into Latinos in North America and Central America.
Right. Exactly. And I was, again, pretty surprised. Usually when you see these things, you get like a 2%, 3%, 1% African, and that's usually because we all are descendants from Africa, right?
Sure, yeah.
But 12%, and they found another 6% that they couldn't really pinpoint exactly where. Okay. So we're not too sure exactly where that's from, but who knows? But that's a pretty strong link, and I was like, oh shit, man, 12%. That means one of my granddaddies was something, or one of my grandmamas was something. So when I checked it, looked through it, they gave me the breakdown of generations. And they said that your great-great-grandfather or great-great-grandfather was from Senegal or from Cameroon.
Yeah, you see, because that big of a percentage feels like, not that I know it personally, but it just seems like mathematically it'd have to be closer in time than further back, because the further back you go, the more diluted it would get, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So at least with the kind of mixture you expect from Latinos, the further back you'd go, you figure the less there would be. So yeah, great grandfather sounds about right. Okay,
and it was pretty nuts because again, they also give you the breakdown of the generational traits that you get from, and the generational was immediately Native American, first one, then it was West African, I believe, West African, and then Iberian colonizer. We'll just mark that as a colonizer, and then the rest was sub-Saharan African, hunter-gatherer, and then a very small portion of me was whatever Bruno Mars is, whatever Jewish he is. That's the Jewish that I had.
I was about to say Pacific Islander. What?
No. From Samoa? No. Not the cookie.
Okay.
The air.
Cookies are bomb, dog, but not right now in the heat, dog. They'll melt. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. So it was pretty interesting, man. It was very, very interesting. I really wasn't expecting that because, like I said, I guess I was, but not really. I mean, you don't really figure, you know what I mean? But it makes sense, when I look at it. When I found out my grandmother on my mom's side, she told me that one day she met my biological father's uncles.
Okay.
And I can't really put it in the way she explained it because she's very vulgar. So the bad words that she uses are just normal bad words. But basically it broke down to these motherfuckers was tall and dark. And we didn't understand why they were so tall and so fucking dark because the Indians in El Salvador are very short, flat-nosed. And when they're dark, they're not the type of dark that she was saying. She basically said they're like almost, we thought they were almost African dark.
Okay.
But
probably because they had a lot of
African
that blood in them. Yeah, they had a lot of that blood in them.
You like we get dark, but we don't get we just get nice and caramelized, But she was like they were like dark, like black. So now that actually makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. But yeah, man, it was a trip. It was a trip, I would definitely, for what I paid, I only paid $69 for it because I got it it was on sale. So it was well worth it, man. It's well worth it. A lot of, the one thing about Latinos, specifically Central Americans and a lot of Mexicans that come from, very rural parts, a lot of their background and a lot of their history gets lost. And sometimes not even lost. They just don't know it because the record keeping there was no record keeping. You know what I mean?
Well, that's not true either.
What do you mean?
I mean, we can get into a little history lesson here, but
let me find out.
In particular, the big, very developed historical people of Central and Southern, like Mexico area, in Central America, they were very good at keeping everything. They were good at keeping documents. They had libraries, and when the Spaniards came, they're like, yeah, that's enough of that. Let's burn it all down.
That makes sense.
So, I mean, it's
I'm
not
talking
like
about, I'm not talking about like Mesoamerica. I'm talking about like recent, like your grandmother, your great grandmother, the technology and where you were from really wasn't kept. My mom, and just a quick story, my mom was born on October 24th.
Okay.
However, her birth certificate says October 28th. But the reason that is because it took 4 days to get into the city to actually fill out the documents.
Gotcha.
And a lot of people in those countries don't necessarily go through the paperwork to do that. They'll just kind of let it fly by.
What day you guys celebrated?
The 24th. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she doesn't go by the birth certificate. She goes because that's the day that she was actually born. And there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people that I know that are Mexican, Central. They don't have that type of paperwork, and sometimes they just get lost in the shuffle, or what I mean. Like the record keeping in those little countries with no money isn't that great. So sometimes a lot of that shit. Yeah. I'm not talking about like the Indians from back in the day that did fucking murals on the wall, and the Spaniards came and were like, yo, what is this? We ain't fucking with this Basquiat shit. Nah, fuck all this. Hey, knock it down. burn it. You listen, you see this? This is a cross and this is Jesus. This is what y'all gonna be looking like from now on, all right? No. I'm talking about recent times. So I think a lot of people kind of don't know exactly where they're from, because a lot of that shit gets lost. People fucking die. The circumstances in those countries in the fucking 20s and 40s. If you thought the shit was bad out here in that time, just imagine how bad the shit was back over there. So,
true.
So yeah, man, I think it's really cool. I think just kind of knowing a little bit more about one or who you are, I think that's really dope. It gives you a sense of,
what's interesting that I've been wanting to do this for a while, so I still haven't done it.
You should, man.
You make me want to do it, so I'll probably do it sometime soon. But I'm really worried that I won't get not that
you won't get the answers that you want.
But I'm not going to get the answers that I want, that I think I'm going to, not that I want necessarily, but the answers that I think I would get, just because of the superficial things that, that I have been so asserted in my whole life. I can get really, really dark. My base coat is pretty dark,
My base coat?
My base coat is pretty dark, dog. So,
you're talking like you're a fucking Denali, dog.
Who says I'm not?
Big
I'm
body
just saying,
bins.
I'm worried that oh yeah, you're 70%, European. What is it? What did you say? It could be, man.
Iberian.
I'll just tell you this. I got an uncle that came from, or a grandfather that came from Argentina.
Oh, dog, you're white.
I know. You're
dog,
telling me.
But that's the reality. The reality is that most of our ancestors were fucking raped and were essentially colonized. It is what it is.
Yeah, that's true.
It is what it is. We know that. We understand that. That's mestizo, mulatto. It's all the same thing.
Yeah.
They colonized, they raped and pillaged. You can't deny that. You can't run away from it. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. You can't run away from it. Vic.
This episode has been brought to you by 23andMe. Yo, if y'all want to hook me up, hey, we can make that happen.
Use code Buffet Boys at checkout for an extra 10% off.
But nah, man, yeah, that's cool, man. That's really dope.
You should do it, man. It's pretty dope just watching some of the insight. You know what's funny, real quick? They also told me that I came from a lineage of somewhere in Scotland, which I'm assuming is probably from that Spanish side, but it was like some sort of dynasty, like the Kiel dynasty, and I got all hype as fuck until I started reading that these motherfuckers were just whores and were fucking everything and everyone in sight. So I was like, I don't feel that fucking special. You got like fucking 7,000 illegitimate kids. I'm nobody. I'm like if you watch Game of Thrones, watch Game of Thrones and you'll understand. You're just a nobody, dog. You just fucked everyone. I'm no heir to no throne.
No wonder you love Drake so much, dog.
Illegitimacy.
All right,
Vic
man.
Comes with the funny. Victor never.
That
but yo, man,
that might be the
listen
name
up.
of this episode, dog.
Illegitimacy. The story of the illegitimate child, Eb.
Yeah, just put a picture of Drake on the front, dog.
With blackface and shit.
I don't know if we can pull that one off.
Well, technically, just
no, get the fuck out of here.
Listen,
Anyway,
I got to pass.
Anyway.
World Cup news. Shit's coming to an end, Victor, and I am so fucking sad about it, yo. Like,
yeah, man.
That fucking month feels like
soon.
The month feels like it just fucking flew by, yo. Seriously, yep. I can't believe how, like, you think about it, a month of pure soccer every fucking day, not just like a couple nights. It's literally every day, 3-4 games a day. You know,
top quality too, usually.
And now we're getting to exactly. And this is probably one of the best World Cups that I've seen in years, man. Seriously, it's been full of drama. Yeah. You know, this VAR shit gave it a little extra spice. A lot of these countries are stepping their fucking game up, Vic. A lot of these countries are getting really good, man. technically.
Man, shout out to Peru, man, dog. Shout out to Peru. They didn't win a game this tournament, but in all honesty, they could have won 2 of those first games, man. In all honesty, they deserve way more than they got. I mean, they just didn't put it away when they needed to.
That's the way the cookie crumbles, dog.
But,
and
hey, they play really good, man. I got to give it to you. Shout out to Peru. Yo, they played so dope. I'm gonna be looking at them, man, to see what's up, what they do in the future.
And you know what's crazy is, like, just to go back to my last point, which was a lot of these teams are getting really good. The one thing that they're still struggling with is finishing.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, man. You know how many times I'm watching? I'm like, yo, it's there for you. Put it away. And nothing. I'm like, oh, there's the fucking donkey touch. And that seems to never fail. But yo, recently, Putin ended up losing. That game was a bunch of bullshit. That game was, yo, I'm telling you, I was telling your brother, this shit smells rigged. I'm like, Russia is not a good team, man. They're a decent team, but they're not a good team, man. And just the fact they even got to the quarterfinals and were playing with Croatia. Croatia did not look like the Croatia that I've seen the last 3-4 games. And it just made me wonder a little bit, like, yo, they beat Spain in PKs, and they almost beat these motherfuckers in PKs.
Yeah.
It felt a little funny. But Croatia's moving on. They'll be playing England. That'll be a really good game, I hope. But the way Croatia was looking, it looks like England might get in that ass. And Belgium, France. What do you think about that game?
That's gonna be the game, dog. That's gonna be the game of the tournament. I hope, at least. On paper, that should be maybe the best game that could have happened in this tournament.
That should have been the final. That would have been an amazing game. Because, yo, the way France is playing right now, Vic, they are balling. I mean, balling.
Yo, they're young and gifted right now. That's how I describe them.
That sounds like a Migos track.
It sounds like a Juvenile album.
It sounds like a Chance the Rapper verse. Young and gifted. Yo, but for real, they're young and they're balling, man. Mbappe, Pogba's looking nice out there, but Belgium got some heat, and it's gonna be a good game.
I still feel like they're overrated, dog. I still feel like people give them too much love, and I think they're gonna show who they really are, dog. They're going to show who they really are.
I'm taking France.
I think France is going to get in that ass.
Yeah, I think France and England, and I think France, because I don't want to see England win. I really don't want to see England win a World Cup. Just imagine.
It's like seeing that'd be like seeing the Cowboys winning the Super Bowl. That's the kind of celebrations you'd see. Fucking
minus the amount of rings that the Cowboys have, at least. But yeah, that's
you can't really do that. It's a World Cup, dog. It's a different story.
Yeah, you're right. But
anyway,
I can't see these motherfuckers win.
There's 4 European teams, which makes me sad in the final 4 teams. So we'll see, man. I'm gonna go for France because they have the most really non-European players. They get a lot of players from Africa, so. I'm gonna go for them. Yeah. Anybody but Europe was my motto this year.
And they're balling too, man. Straight up and down. They're playing really well. I mean, they're playing really well. So yeah, I would love to see France. Although France has won quite a few World Cups themselves, but I definitely wouldn't mind saying them or Croatia. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I wouldn't mind seeing Croatia win, just because they're a small country.
I want to see the teams that actually play better or win.
Deserve to win. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they deserve to win more. Those 2 teams seem to deserve to win more. But you never know, man. You never know how lucky a team can get in one game. One decision can change the whole game. So we'll see, man. It'll be interesting.
One goal can change everything, and then you just park the bus. Park the bus for 45 minutes.
Park that fucking bus in front of the fucking goal.
Skirt.
But Ed, I think we're going to start getting into some of our stories, and we can transition pretty easy because we can go straight into sports. Back into sports, Ed. And there was no bigger news, not even in just sports, but maybe even economy, Ed, this last week than LeBron James coming to Los Angeles.
LeBron James.
As you all know, I am so fucking conflicted.
Yes.
Because one of my favorite pastimes of all time, Ed, is to root against LeBron James.
What
Not
are you
hate
gonna
on
do
him,
now?
just to root against him. Just make
Yeah.
you know. If
I
he
mean,
loses,
it's a little hate. It's a little hate.
There's a little bit of hate in there. Yeah,
Yeah.
But I mean, I still stand by. I think he's a great player, and I was still loving when he would lose. But now he's on my favorite basketball team, and I can't wish that on him anymore.
Damn.
So what am I going to do? Am I going to just have to shut the fuck up and just watch the games and not say nothing?
I don't know, man. Listen, if LeBron brings titles to LA, what are you gonna do?
Eb, that makes me feel so bad, Eb. It makes me feel like shit to think about that. Because I don't want that to happen, but I do want that to happen at the same time.
Damn, that sucks, right? Because you're just like, I hope this motherfucker loses. And you're like, wait, no, I can't because I really want to beat the Warriors. But fuck no. Fuck
On
LeBron.
top of that, we're one away from tying Boston. We're one title away from tying Boston. Imagine how the legacy, Eb, imagine the legacy if he's the one that puts the Lakers over Boston.
Damn.
God damn it.
These motherfuckers are out here jumping out the window already saying he's the best Laker ever. And
cool your jets.
Hold on. What happens if LeBron brings 2 titles to LA, puts us at 18?
That's 5 for him, same as Kobe.
But did Kobe put you over the then again, Kobe beat the Celtics, so I guess that conversation is done.
Kobe could be, or LeBron could beat the Celtics. It's a likely scenario if he makes it to the finals.
What
if he can find a way to the finals, Boston, he could be
man?
playing Boston in the finals, Ed.
I don't know what we're gonna do because
I'm gonna jump off the fucking bridge. I think. Like Jesus Christ.
So what are you gonna do? You can't wear the Mitchell and Ness LeBron jersey. Like you'd be like, no, I don't want this.
No, okay. Let's get one thing straight. I'm never gonna wear a LeBron jersey ever in my fucking life. I'm not even gonna wear a jersey, dog. Like something about wearing another man's name on your back, dog. I'm not with it, dog. I grew out of that when I was like fucking 50. Yeah, fucking. Nah, I'm good. I'm not trying to.
So let me ask you this then. So, because I think you could do it because I don't like Lonzo Ball. The difference is Lonzo Ball isn't a key piece to the Lakers winning a championship. He's not. He's not even really. He's not an all-star. Let me put it differently. He's not a key, but he's not like the main guy. He's not the guy that's just like this motherfucker's gonna win us a title. LeBron James, just him being here, even if they didn't pick up anyone else, are gonna make it to the playoffs. So we know. Off top that this whole 20 and like 62, this whole like 29 or whatever, that's not gonna happen this year. This year, we're gonna go to the playoffs. No matter what seed it is, we're going to the playoffs, right?
Yep.
And it's hard knowing that the only reason we're gonna make it is because this one motherfucker is out here doing it by himself. Now he's gonna have some help because Brandon Ingram's a baller, Kyle Kuzma's a baller. We finally got rid of fucking what's his face, Julius Randle, who was just wasting space.
Stop hating on him, dog. Stop hating on him.
I'm waiting for someone to pick up Luol Deng's fucking contract.
Yes,
he's garbage.
We need that space. We need that space like
trash. Now. That guy needs to like take one on the chins. But you know what, guys, just buy me out. Let me be out of here. Something. But we know that we know that we're definitely gonna make the playoffs. Now. I don't know if I can watch a game and watch LeBron James go through his bitch assness, go through his I don't know if I can condone the flopping. I don't know if I can condone the crying. I don't know if I could do that, man. I really don't know if I could do that because you know when you're a fan, right? And you see some bullshit happen, you're always gonna ride with me. Hey, that's a fucking foul. You know what I mean? Yeah. You catch that fake elbow, and you know he flies to the ground. And he's like rolling around like Neymar.
No,
that's a foul. You're hurting our best player. But we already know that he's done this, so it would be very hypocritical of us to jump out the window and ride for LeBron like that, man.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just gonna have to just watch games and shut my fucking mouth, dog.
We're gonna have to go to therapy. We're gonna have to.
Doctor, I don't know what's going on. I'm in a lot of I got a lot of turmoil in my life right now. What's going on? You lost your job. Your girl left you. Nah, LeBron James is on the Lakers now.
Probably sit there and tell you, listen, man, this is a tough one. I don't know what to do either. We didn't get to that chapter yet. We didn't get to that chapter in class yet. Yo, yeah, man. I don't know, man. I mean, the one thing we do know is that the Lakers will. But it almost feels not right wanting to be in the playoffs with LeBron James on the team. Does that make sense? It almost feels like
totally.
Like I would much rather take the lumps, you know what I mean, and go and just be a bad team. And then kind of work through the draft and get some other all-star pieces that kind of come in. But just getting LeBron James off the rip. Like when we got Kobe grew into Kobe. When we got Shaq, he wasn't the Shaq that won the titles. He grew into being Shaq. You know what I mean? It
took him a couple years, but yeah.
We got these players and they developed into the best players. We're literally just getting the best player in the world and just say, here you
go. We've done it before.
Who?
Kareem.
Kareem's different. Kareem was a Kareem.
I'm just saying we've done it before.
But nah, Kareem trained with Bruce Lee, so it just like it doesn't.
It don't count.
It don't count.
His aura is different.
It's very different. LeBron James didn't do it wasn't part of the decision. Nah. It's different. Don't talk about Kareem like that.
Don't talk about Lou like that.
Yeah, Tyronn Lue.
Man.
Let's talk about Tyronn Lue real quick. Hey, Tyronn Lue.
That's not.
You're about to.
That's
you're
not.
about
This is our. No, hold on.
Hey, this is the Lakers
segment.
I'll tell you why.
I'll tell you why not.
Segment.
I'll tell you why not.
Why?
Because then we never have to talk about Tyronn Lue again.
Hey, listen. Just because everybody remembers Tyronn Lue getting stepped over by AI, don't forget that Tyronn Lue was cooking AI almost that entire fucking game before that shit happened. If you don't believe me, watch the highlights. He was.
Who remembers that though?
Exactly. I remember the baby cornrows, dog. No hang time, and then
you know why nobody remembers anything about that Tyronn Lue getting doing all kinds of good things?
Yeah.
Because they also lost that game at home.
Whatever. We won 4 straight.
Yep.
Yep. But the point is that I'm trying to make is Tyronn. This is the crazy thing to me. Luke Walton is about to look like a fucking genius. And Tyronn Lue is about to look like what Luke Walton was prior to LeBron James. Like a fucking.
Nah, dog. You keep saying these things.
Listen,
Luke Walton was an assistant for the world champion Golden State Warriors, dog.
He didn't do none of that, dog. Exactly. That ain't him. Put Luke Walton on the fucking. Put Luke Walton on the Suns, dog, and he's gonna look exactly like he is. You put Tyronn Lue on that Cleveland team, dog. Tyronn Lue is about to look like the guy who just got the job and is like, I really don't know what I'm doing, but I guess I'm gonna learn today. Cause let's keep it funky. LeBron was writing up these plays. LeBron was delegating. Tyronn was like,
exactly.
That's
exactly what I was gonna get to. I was like
that
Tyronn Lue. Hey, Tyronn Lue was not even coaching, dog. We all know it.
Come on, man. When they got rid of what's his name, Blatt, the last coach, the guy from Europe. When they got rid of not Eric Spoelstra. Eric Spoelstra. Nah, man. The coach for the Cavs before they got rid of him and got Tyronn Lue, they had a winning fucking record. They were just in the fucking finals. And we know what happened. They kicked him out because they wanted Tyronn Lue. Tyronn Lue don't know nothing about coaching. Tyronn Lue don't. Listen, the Cavs are going to be fucking terrible this year. Fucking awful.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it's like, look at all the coaches that outside of Eric Spoelstra. And I mean, he still had a decent squad on that team. He still had Wade and Bosh when LeBron left. But Tyronn Lue, he's about to get exposed for being a guy who's just like, this is my day one.
He has Love on his team, though, dog. Yeah. Kevin Love. Yeah, you better step up, be an all-star, dog.
It's very easy to be an all-star on a terrible team.
On a terrible fucking conference.
That East is gonna be like the fucking jeez, man. It's gonna be it's gonna be like the Pop Warner leagues, just like who's it's like the Ponies versus the Bears. Like who's gonna fucking make it?
Literally, the NBA Finals is about to be a cool down for whoever comes out of the West.
Yeah, for
Be like, all right, I just can jog and fucking stretch my muscles out while we go cruise to the championship real quick.
I mean, the Celtics look tough. The Celtics look pretty tough, and they're gonna get Kyrie and what's the dude that fucking it blew up his leg, Gordon Hayward.
Oh yeah.
So we'll see, man. But like I said, I feel you, Victor. The premise of this whole conversation was the conflicted emotions that we have that LeBron James is now a Laker. And it's so hard to just be like, just to accept it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To just accept the fact that you have to root for a team with a guy that you really don't like. And I think that's what it is.
The crazy part is that it facilitated a move that I wanted to see for a long time. I wanted to see Rajon Rondo in the Lakers jersey for a long time.
Ooh, little Bow Wow's back on the team. I'm with it, dog.
You know, it took LeBron James to get him here. Like, oh man, it's upsetting to me.
And don't forget,
I'm
don't
upset.
forget. The one thing I like about Rondo is remember when he called LeBron out. LeBron, he was sending it to that white girl with that LeBron James is a bitch T-shirt. So I don't know. There's a lot of animosity there. We'll see, but
just like Rondo, Drake and his new album, man, I'm upset.
You fucking clown. Well, really quick before we jump into that, I know we had this story. This fucking what's this girl's name from the WNBA? Asia Wilson, WNBA star for the Las Vegas Aces. Ugh.
Recently drafted.
Drafted. Well, you know a lot of
first
these,
pick. First
you know
pick.
A lot of these college kids, Vic, are coming out very opinionated. You know what I mean? It's not like back in the days where you just got out. You're like, damn, I gotta find a job. Whatever if I gotta eat crow dog, I'll just do whatever I gotta do. Nah, these kids are coming out with a lot of opinions. Too many for my liking. Okay. But Asia Wilson said a couple things, or actually one specific thing that's giving her some heat, catching some flack. Basically, letting everyone know her disdain for LeBron James's $154 million contract, and basically saying that why aren't women getting paid why aren't the women in the WNBA also getting paid that amount?
She's pointing out the pay gap, the wage gap between the two genders sports. Now, Eb, I'm as progressive as you get, man. I'm all for equal pay for equal work, 100%. I don't even think that, that's something that should be unsaid, right? Like, I feel like people should be on board with that. Now, there's an exception in my opinion. There's one exception, and that's in entertainment. Yeah. Because in entertainment, Ed, there's a different way that they kind of calculate pay. And that is what the return on the investment is going to be. If I pay you $100 million and you're only going to bring me in $2 million, that's bad business. So if they pay LeBron James $154 million, you better believe that he's going to bring them in $500 million.
Mm-hmm.
If we pay, Asia Wilson $154 million,
ain't no one checking for Asia Wilson to come in there. Asia Wilson is not a male female thing. Ain't no one checking for Asia Wilson. No one wants to see. Listen, let's just stop the bullshit, okay, Victor? Let's just stop the nonsense. Okay. Let's just call it what it is, okay? I am all for gender equality, but like you said,
sounds like you better not be.
In entertainment, there's a difference, and that's the caveat. Okay, in entertainment, the caveat is what are you bringing to the table? Okay, and I'm gonna say what it is. WNBA basketball is boring.
It's not even that. Okay, let's not even go that direction.
Let's not go that. Let me go.
I'll tell you why.
Real quick.
No. Let me tell you.
Let me go real quick.
Let me tell you. No, let me tell you. Let's not go that direction because it's entertaining to somebody, but it's not. It's not bringing in money. That's the main key. The NBA pretty much donates money to the WNBA to stay afloat, to be honest with you.
And it's boring, okay? Overall, nobody wants to watch layups all game. The reason that we watch NFL, the reason we watch the NBA, the reason we watch soccer on the grand scale, the reason why we watch EPL, fucking the Spanish league, are because these are the best athletes probably in the world for that particular sport. But it's entertaining.
Let me inject something in here too, Eb.
Yes.
Let me inject something.
The speed of the game.
Stop. So I want to make the point. It has nothing to do with the gender, because boring teams in the NBA, they don't get money either. They don't get. Sure, the players.
Nobody's watching the Suns.
Yes. So that's why a lot of those players they don't get paid. They don't get paid like LeBron James. And the audacity, Eb, the audacity for a rookie going into the WNBA to comparing herself to one of the best players in the NBA, if not the best player in the NBA, one of the most marketable players in the NBA, if not the most marketable player in the NBA, is obnoxious. Like, I wish this girl nothing but success, or this woman nothing but success in the league. I hope she gets as much money as she can.
It's boring.
But to just black and white this issue is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, you can't convolute the wage, because there's a difference, dog, between you being a fucking CPA and me being a CPA. Our skill sets are the same. We're working for the same company.
Yep.
And expect, and at that point, yeah, if you're paying Victor fucking, I don't know, $60,000 a year, then you should probably paying her $60,000 a year too, right? The skill sets are the same. We have the same degree. Mm-hmm. We work for the same company. There should be no, like, Vic shouldn't be making 100,000 and this girl would be making 40, right? That's absurd. But when you are the best player in the world, the best athlete probably in the world, and you're going to compare it to someone who, number one, just got out of the league, or just got out of college and going into the league. Mm-hmm. Number two, probably isn't even the best athlete in her sport.
Probably.
You know what I mean? Just those two alone, you're not getting. LeBron James has been playing basketball for 16 years?
It's not even about that. It's about even more about marketability, Eb. That's what the most.
Because it's fucking boring, Vic. Nobody wants to see chest passes and layups all fucking game. Nobody, dog. If I want to see that, I can go watch my nephew play basketball, because they're fucking laying the ball up and chest passing it to fucking, like, you want to see crisp chest passes? My nephew's got it on point, dog. That's what they're learning right now. You want to see some awkward Lonzo Ball shots? Go watch the WNBA. Okay? Because literally every jump shot in WNBA is like, fuck. There might be one or two who have a nice
I'm trying to watch.
Listen, every WNBA shot looks like a half court shot, dog. Straight up and down. I'm sorry. I'm not even trying to be funny, dog. I'm not even trying to make it like a male and female thing. But dog, WNBA is fucking boring. Let me tell you this. In the UFC, there's women right now that I love to watch fight, dog. Love to watch fight. So Rose Namajunas, old girl from Brazil, dog, they're entertaining. They fucking fight. Have you seen two women that have never ever in their life fought before, dog, and they put them in a cage? It looks fucking horrendous, and you're not gonna pay to see that. You want to see the best athletes. You want to see fucking speed, strength. You want to see all that. That's a draw, dog. These women are making millions of dollars for their fighting. And they have their own pay-per-view events, dog, that are selling out because it's entertaining. Has nothing to do with male and female and wage and gender gap. Sandra Bullock is making fucking millions of dollars for her movies. Uh-huh. Rihanna and her just came out and said, what was this fucking movie? Ocean's 8. Rihanna didn't even make a fraction of what Sandra Bullock made. Why? Because more people are there to see Sandra Bullock.
My boo Sandy out here.
And my boo Rihanna, she's not making that money, but that's like saying, hey, guess what? We're going to put Rihanna on tour and we're going to put Sandra Bullock on tour. Who do you think is going to invest more money into Rihanna, dog?
Yeah, I mean, the skill sets, it has to be closer to like
it has to be entertaining, Vic. It has
yeah.
to be entertaining to the masses. To the masses, not to the fucking 6,000 people that are watching you at the forum. Let's keep it funky, Vic. That's why that's why the Globetrotters are probably one of the best basketball players out there. The and one superstars, when they were popping, they were getting millions and millions of dollars. Yeah. It's just not the league where you're at has nothing to do with male and female. It's just fucking boring. Boring. I don't want to see layups. I don't want to see it's like, yo, man, they're so technical. Yeah. Because it's boring. Okay? If you had a team on the WNBA that was out here just like jamming from the fucking free throw line, I'm all with it. I want to see that.
Especially on girls that can't do that.
Absolutely. Same thing with when you see guys play. That's why when LeBron comes to play the Suns, the Phoenix Suns arena is fucking filled to the brim. But when they're playing the fucking Timberwolves, no one's there. It's all about, like you said, marketing and entertainment. It is what it is. That is the caveat. So to convolute the whole gender wage gap and try to infuse it into entertainment, it's you can't, man. It's difficult. Now, Sandra Bullock and give me a great actor, Vic, Tom Hanks. If they were both in a movie and fucking, why do I keep using Sandra Bullock? Fuck.
She's fine, dog, because she's fine.
She alright, but anyway, just take one of the one of the elite actresses and an elite actor to play in a movie, and they both have essentially the same role in main actor and actress. Mm-hmm. Yeah, if the woman's getting paid $5 million and this dude's getting paid $45 million, and they're both essentially on the same, we have A-list celebrities, B-list celebrities. Sure. But if they're both A-listers, then they should be getting paid the same amount. There should be no reason why this one's only getting paid $1 million and so's getting paid $2 million. But if I put Tom Hanks and some fucking girl that we picked up from the fucking from the mall to go play in a role, I'm not gonna pay old girl $45 million. No one knows you. You haven't put in the work. You're not there, right? You're not there.
I agree.
You're not there. Rant over.
This feels like a what's beef, and we didn't even have that come. We didn't even expect it.
It's just, I'm just saying, man.
You gotta cool the jets, girl. You just gotta chill, like fight for equality, but this ain't the spot. This is not the spot.
Damn, Vic, listen, that's the only hot take they're gonna take for you. Like, fight for equality, but this ain't it. Like, did you listen to the 25-minute rant? No. It's the only take
we don't need to. We got that 1 second.
The misogynist Victor from the Buffet Boys take with his take on women and the wage gap.
I guess.
Twitter. Your mention's gonna be lit, Vic.
I hope not. Anyway,
we should pose that as a question, man. How do you feel about Asia's comments?
Yeah, let us know. Buffet_boys on Twitter. You can let your feelings be heard. Maybe we talk about it next week a little bit on what y'all feel.
Holla.
We got to get to something that I had a bone to pick with you, and we haven't been able to get to it because we haven't recorded since fucking forever. So, your main man, Aubrey,
Aubrey Drizzy, the God,
Aubrey Drizzy Drake,
the God,
has dropped another album, a double album,
the God,
Eb's Wet Dream, and I just saw you posting. You were waiting for it. You were waiting for midnight. You're just like, oh, I can't wait. He had the little, lotion on the counter.
Oh, God.
And you started posting about it almost immediately.
And when I say immediately, when Vic says immediately, it was immediately.
Yeah, immediately, as soon as it was released. So, me being the guy that wants to, like, give things a chance, I was like, all right, I'm going to try to go into this looking for positives first. I'm going to go listen to it. I waited till the next day. I'm like, all right, let's see what this is about. I'm sure there's going to be stuff that I like. That song, I'm Upset, had already been out for a while, and I like it. It's pretty good, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I started listening to the album, and I was like, okay, these beats are pretty dope. But when it came to Drake's contribution,
oh God,
it was just kind of mediocre. He didn't say anything that blew me away. He didn't do anything that seemed on par to being a good or even great rapper. It was kind of just whatever. And the fact that when I just texted you like, this is kind of boring, and you reply with flame emojis and and just start getting upset, I don't get it. Like,
and that's the big piece right there, Vic.
What?
And that's what I am starting to realize is that you're either gonna be a Drake fan or you're not gonna be a Drake fan. And kind of like the LeBron James effect, where you don't want to root for the guy because you just may not like the way he plays. You acknowledge the fact that he's either great or he's, amassing these records, right? But you just don't like him. You don't like his fucking music. But when you're at the fucking cookout, when you're at the day party, when you're in the fucking whip, and the shit comes on and you fucking hate yourself because you love the fucking song so much, I have finally come to the conclusion that people are just gonna fucking hate Drake because they just don't like Drake. Hands down. They just don't, whatever it is, whether it's because, you're a fucking music and hip hop aficionado and you feel that what he does is pop shit and it's fucking whack and it's prefabricated, blah, blah, whatever the fuck you want to say, or you just don't, I've heard a lot of people that say, like, I just don't, it's not my type of music. Like, I don't resonate with the type of music. And in my mind, I'm thinking, you probably resonate more with his fucking, or you have more in common with his music than your fucking favorite rapper. You just don't know it. And then you just have the people that just like Drake because they like the music. And I'm one of them. Okay. And I listened to the album, Victor, and to be honest with you, personally, I think it's probably one of his best albums. It could be maybe four. Yeah. It could be 4 or 5 songs shorter. But in totality, dog, the guy has hits upon hits on that. This whole summer is gonna be him. You're gonna see it at the fucking Cheesecake Factory. It's gonna be being played at the day party. It's gonna be at your fucking barbecue. You know what I mean? So I just came to the conclusion that, these people are just not gonna like Drake because they just don't like Drake. And no matter what he like, if you would have put Kendrick on any of those songs, if you would have put J. Cole on any of those songs, you put a Jay-Z on any of those songs, everyone would be, oh man, this shit is fucking dope. It's fucking amazing.
It's funny you say that.
Because it's Drake.
It's funny you say that because the one song, other than, some of the ones that had already been released, that I liked was the one with Jay-Z on it. It's funny.
Fire.
But it's
the Jay-Z, and that song is fire. It's fire. It is. I love that song.
The thing is, Eb, I don't dislike the guy because I actually think that he does some cool shit, right?
It sounds just like LeBron. It sounds just like LeBron.
But on the flip side, on the flip side, you sound like LeBron fans, Eb. On the flip side,
which is what
you ride with him no matter what. All right, like he can't do wrong.
The guy did not put. The guy did not. No. He can, because I've called out a lot of the music that's like, that's just kind of whack. I'm not with that. And there's a lot of music that I don't like. Some of the songs on this album, I'm just like, that's kind of weak. But he has joints on there. The song with Future, the joint with Ty Dolla $ign. The A side has a couple bangers, few bangers actually. But at the end of the day, listen, me defending Drake is like a LeBron James fan trying to, I guess, trying to defend his GOAT status. You know what I mean? Although I'm not trying to put him on that level as far as Michael and LeBron, but
that's what it feels like,
man,
though.
It is what it is.
That's what That's what I'm kind of pointing out.
It is what it is.
That it feels
that
like,
guy's breaking.
It feels like you're trying to put him up on that level because when you rave about this kind of stuff, right? Like this album,
yeah,
and then you rave about something that's really dope that we can agree on, like a Nas album,
like the Kendrick
right?
album,
or a Kendrick album.
Yeah.
And it seems like you pump this up more. It feels like
not even.
It feels like
we had a whole podcast. We had a whole podcast.
Yes,
on the Kendrick album.
No, for sure. But it feels like you love this so much more, Ed.
Listen, man. Look.
Listen. Every
Listen
time
to
somebody
me.
says listen, there's gonna be some convoluted shit coming out of their mouth. So go ahead. I'm listening.
Listen, man. I am able to differentiate between styles of music. Okay. Kendrick is one lane, and he did it. And I mean, I think all around did an amazing job.
Mm-hmm.
I am not saying that this Drake album is a fucking classic, nor is it like the best thing since sliced bread. But it is a dope fucking album for what it is. Like for what he is, who he is, and what he does. I think his beats were on point. I think his lyrics match the beats. And it's an entertaining, dope fucking album to listen to, dog. Straight up and down. Like, straight up and down. And the thing is, if you don't like Drake, you'll never be able to make that comparison. Like, the only thing that you're going to do is just say, that shit's garbage. It ain't such and such. It ain't this, or he's a bitch. And I'm like, hey, listen, that's cool. All 2018, I'm just like, I'm going to let you have that, son. Listen, if you don't want to enjoy this music,
you sound like somebody.
you
sound like somebody. You sound like you're talking about somebody we both know pretty damn well. I think he's in the other room right now.
Listen, and this is another thing I'm gonna tell you. Another thing that I'm gonna tell you, which I find very funny, is I had a conversation. And I was like, they're like, nah, man, fuck that Drake. That's some bullshit. That's bitch music. Like, I don't even like the music just ain't for me. The shit ain't got bars. The shit doesn't like, it doesn't resonate with me. You know what I mean? I can't, I don't, what's the word here? I don't, it's just, it's not me, dog.
Okay.
I can't compare myself to the lifestyle.
Okay.
You know? And I'm like, all right, well, what's some shit that is you? What is it fucking, what resonates with your soul? Oh,
trap
man,
music.
Yeah. Fucking Young Jeezy. I'm like, Young Jeezy?
Yeah.
Motherfucker, you don't like, number one, you have more in common with Drake's music than you think you do. And this almost goes for a lot of fucking people, whether they want to agree with it or not. All Drake talks about is smashing chicks, breaking chicks' hearts, leaving chicks on red, fuckboy status to 100 degrees sometimes. You motherfuckers have more in common with Drake's music than you want to admit. None of you are trapping. None of you are shooting. You motherfuckers is working at a bank. You motherfuckers is janitors. You fucking this chick. You fucking that chick. You probably got a jump off pregnant and you have a kid. You have a jump off kid. Okay? Damn. Imagine having a jump off kid. Yeah. Some of you motherfuckers got jump off kids and you don't want to admit it. And yet you want to act like Lil Boosie's album resonates more with you than the fucking Drake album. Hey, that's cool. Listen, if the music is better than you, but you need to really sit down and understand that the music that dude puts out is more your life than Lil Boosie, Snoop Dogg, Dog Pound, or any other shit that's going on.
Fair enough, man.
And for your brother, this is a special announcement to your brother, dog, because I got a text message from him talking about, oh, this shit is whack. This is some bitch music, and I'm like, coming from the motherfucker that wets his pants the minute that the Smiths comes on.
I knew you were gonna go there. I knew that's where you were gonna go. I knew it.
What's the dude's name? What's the dude's
Morrissey.
name? The main guy.
Morrissey.
fucking Morris. You're gonna talk shit to me because I like Drake and you masturbate to Morrissey? Fuck out of here. Get out of here. All the way out of here.
That's funny.
My rant is over.
All right, man. Well, bottom line, I thought it was kind of. I'm not saying it was bad either. It just wasn't good.
It was okay.
It was like
play the Drake album during your Uber drives, Vic, and guarantee you it'd be a light mood. Unless
I don't want to take people. I don't want to wake people up when I drop them off, dog. That's bottom line.
Yo, if you get anyone like you got, we're gonna talk about Uber corner.
Let's just get into it. Let's just get into it, dog.
He might be like, turn this shit off. Turn this shit off.
All right. Well, since Eb already mentioned,
what time it is?
We're gonna get to
You know what time it is?
Huh?
We know what time it is, Vic. We gotta bring it in right. We gotta bring in these segments right.
Okay. So this segment,
Seeing as we're touching on that,
this segment is called Uber Corner. Skirt.
skirt.
And since I drive Uber now, I have been compiling stories that have been naturally happening. And one of the most interesting ones that I've had recently, Eb, and I tweeted about this a while back, like a couple weeks ago. I picked someone up, heavily Latino area. This guy was heavily Latino. him and his.
Wait, when you say heavily Latino, was he fat?
Yeah, he was just fucking Latino as fuck.
Oh,
just a young.
got tres flores on
probably,
deck or what?
probably. This guy was probably no more than like 19 years old, and he had his girlfriend that was probably no more than 18 years old. And I'm driving them to wherever they need to go, which is a funny thing anyway. So I'm driving them, and one of the first questions this guy gives me, Ed, first question, he's like, hey, you like music? And that like, that made me like happy, dog. It made me happy.
Dog, you know what that is? Dog, you know what that is. That's a trap. You like real hip hop?
I forgot about that.
That's the new wave. You should have known this was coming. You should have known it was coming.
Anyway, so that made me happy, right? Like, I love music. So, like, that question made me answer in a very excited tone. Like, oh, yeah, man, I love music, man. Like, I absolutely love it. He's like, oh, cool. You like hip hop? I was like, oh, shit.
There it is.
It is.
There it is.
And the guy's like, I'm like, yeah, man, yeah, for sure. So he's like, oh man, he's like, yeah, I do a little music here and there, and he's talking it up for a little bit, and like we're like 5 minutes into the ride, and he's just like, oh, he's like, you got SoundCloud on your phone? I'm like, no, man, not at all. Purposely do not have it. He's like, it's cool, I got it on my phone. Give me the aux cord. And I'm like, all right, cool, man. And so he starts playing his music, and I'm just like, fuck, man, this 2 minutes left on this ride cannot come fast enough. And his music was whack, dog. It was whack. So I drop him off at a car wash, and this is at 2:00 in the morning.
Oh my dog! What?
Yes, I'm like, what?
You're trying to get robbed, man.
Man,
what is
this
wrong
kid wasn't
with
gonna
you?
rob nothing, but I have no control over it. I dropped him off where it said to drop him off, and nothing came of it. So I drive off. Right, no big deal. Less than a minute goes on, and I get a ping on my app that says pick up the same name that I just dropped off, and I'm like, oh shit. I know what just went down. They bought some fucking drugs. They bought some weed. They bought some crystal meth or something. And I was like, all right, whatever. I picked them up. I picked them up because I need the money, and I'm like, yo, you can do like a round trip on the app, right? He's like, oh, I didn't know that. I'm like, yeah, man. Like when you go buy some weed or whatever you need to buy, you could just do a round trip. And he started laughing. And I'm like, yeah, I know what's going on, man. I'm like, it's cool. Like it's a legal state. Like I don't know what you're doing buying weed at fucking car wash,
2.
Yeah, at 2.
At 2 in the morning.
But I'm like, man, he's like, oh, cool. So he keeps talking about his SoundCloud app, and I just got to listen to it for the next fucking 7-8 minutes. And he started playing, like, he's like, oh, I play guitar too. You want to listen? Dog, this shit was garbage. Shit was hot. I'd rather listen to Drake on full blast, dog, over and over for a year, dog, than listen to that shit again. And that's that. I dropped him off, and I was just like, all right. He's like, hey, follow me on SoundCloud. I'm like, all right, peace. Shit.
Yeah.
Let me just say this, Sam.
Did you at least tell me? Did you fucking rate him? Did you tell him like, nah, his shit's garbage? Like,
Nah.
Did he ask you?
Nah. I got him out of my
Damn,
car,
big.
and that was that, dog. Let me just say this,
Yo,
Sam.
you gotta save lives,
just
man.
say
You gotta
this.
save lives.
I think the best move I could have done for this podcast is to start driving Uber.
Seriously. Yo, the fact that first of all, what kind of rap was it? What kind of rap was it? Chicano
Nah,
rap?
it was mumble rap, dog.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it was just some regular ass mumble rap. And I think the one thing that got him upset, I think I told you this when I was explaining it to you earlier. I was telling him, like, you know what the cool thing about music nowadays? Anybody could do it. Anybody could produce their own beats. You could record on your laptop. He's like, and he got a little upset at me,
you
dog.
shaded this kid.
Like, what do you mean?
Because you shaded him.
I'm like, anybody can. And he's like,
him.
nah, I went to my homie's studio just around the corner here. I'm like, oh, cool, man.
On his laptop.
I'm like, okay, that's cool.
Damn, man. Yo, listen, guys. For all of you 18-year-olds trying to make music, this mumble rap shit is a fad. Seriously. Like, this shit isn't going to last. So, try to reinvent it, because this shit isn't going to last much longer, man. It really isn't. Like, there's only so long that shit like this can really last.
It's the emo
seriously.
equivalent to music that POCs listen to, Eb.
Yes. No, it was remember there was a big, large.
That's
when
what I'm saying. The
Evanescence
emo shit,
was
right?
popping
The emo
for-
fad.
Yeah. That
that
Avril Lavigne shit, like, yo, that shit's gonna die. It's gonna, it's gonna die out. Like, y'all, seriously, and stop making people listen to your fucking SoundCloud, man. Stop putting me on the spot. Seriously, because I'm already at an age, Vic. I'm at an age now where I don't know if I want to not tell you the truth. You know what I mean? Like, maybe when I was in my late 20s and I was like, oh man, this dude's just trying to make it. You know what I mean? Like, he has a dream. Like, I ain't gonna fuck his dream up.
Eb, I'm trying to make tips
really
here,
don't.
Eb.
Yeah, I know. I get you. I know you gotta get your money. Okay. I'm saying me personally. Like, I'll be nice to you and be like, oh yeah, man, it ain't my cup of tea. You know what I mean? But I could definitely see the trajectory. You know what I mean?
You gonna tell him, man, you know what the good thing about music nowadays is?
Anybody can make it. All you need is a laptop.
Oh, shit.
What do you mean? What are you trying to say? Like, seriously, I'm at that point now where I'm just like, yeah, man, I don't know, bro. I don't like
rap
it.
is not for you, my man.
Like, yeah, bro. Like, seriously,
hip hop is not your cup of tea either.
And you know what the worst thing about it is? I think this mumble rap shit is so bad that it sounds decent when it's really produced really well.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, if it's in if it's in like a professional studio and they can clean up the beats and your vocals and shit, you can make it sound cool and then make it knock. But if you're just doing this shit at the crib, like,
not so
your
much.
vocals sound caca, your fucking beats sound like whatever, like, I'm Gucci. Like, nah, like, that ain't me. And who the fuck is trying to have you listen to that shit at 2 a.m? Seriously.
I mean, I don't know. That guy sounded faded already, so,
And why are you trying to cop weed at 2 a.m. from a fucking, like, who is selling you weed at the car wash at 2 a.m?
It's funny because it was exactly how you're imagining it. It was completely dark except for a few spotlights or street lights, parking lot lights here and there. Some of them going out, some of them fucking flickering. I'm telling you, it's exactly how you imagined it, and I got the fuck out of it.
That sounds like You said that shit literally sounds like you're not like that shit sound like they selling him plutonium, dog. Like that's how you sell that shit. Like some like real yeah, some fucking like under, you know what I mean, like some black market shit. Not like, yo, here's a fucking eighth.
Yo, I think that's the name of the weed
like,
you bought, dog. Plutonium.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, like that shit sound like they're in trench coats and like, yo, meet me at such and such. You do some shit, dog. Not like I'm gonna cop some fucking, you know, fruity juice. Some
the
shit.
craziest part of the whole thing is, what kind of dealer like hangs out in parking lots still?
Yeah, who the fuck tells you, yo, meet me at the abandoned car wash on fucking Fig. At what time? At 2 p.m.? No, morning.
Damn.
That makes it less suspicious. Really? Okay. And is it weed legal, dog? You mean to tell me this kid can't get a weed card as easy as it is to get a fucking weed card?
Yep.
Jesus. And the inflated prices that someone must pay a drug dealer now, especially as like, you must have these people by the balls, man. If you're a drug dealer, you selling weed, and it's just like, oh, you one of them motherfuckers that can't get a card. Yeah, how much for an eighth? $300. Like,
all right, how much for a gram? $300.
It's worth it though.
Anyway, that was my little Uber story for the week. We're gonna try to bring it back. It's probably gonna be a reoccurring segment. But speaking of reoccurring segments, Eb, this is something that we came up with a while back, and it kind of faded away because it was a little difficult to keep it going. But I think we're gonna say fuck that. We're gonna really dig and really try to find one every week, and that is PLC of the week.
Yeah,
we're gonna bring it back this week, and this week, Eb, we are gonna spotlight Miss Jennifer Lewis. She's an actress. She's currently on the hit show Blackish on ABC, and
she is the grandmama.
She's the grandmama. She's she seems to be an activist, Eb, and she did something that she spoke on something. Actually, I should say sung on something that we all kind of, well, a lot of people
forgot.
I shouldn't say we.
Forgot.
I shouldn't say we, but a lot of people kind of forgot about, and that is the Flint water crisis that's going on. That still hasn't been fixed several months later. And I'll just let her speak for herself.
I just got back from Flint. Yeah, that Flint. I saw that dirty water with my own eyes. But not to my surprise, Governor Snyder, you're not much of a provider, 'cause Flint ain't fixed. Flint ain't fixed. Flint ain't fixed. Flint ain't fixed. The children up there are sick. The lead in the water is thick. Flint ain't fixed.
Yeah.
But you know what, Eb? I think it was so important for us to not let that story die out, because like she said, there's kids getting sick from this water, from showering in this water, from drinking this water, and we're letting these politicians, regardless of what their party affiliation is, we're letting them get away with murder, man. Almost quite literally.
Pretty much. Mm-hmm.
So I think it's important that we make sure we provide a space where we're showing people that are making a difference, and I think this is going to make a difference. I think this keeps the problem in the eye of the public, and we need that. So shout out to her.
And just to give a shout out to Jennifer Lewis, absolutely. There was still a lot of shit going on, man. They said it's still close to 100,000 residents still had issues with their water. 57% of those were still black. 40% of them were poor, and thousands of kids are still without clean water, man. And here are a couple things that we can all do, or that you could do if you feel like you want to help a little bit. You can donate to the people that are actually bringing clean water to the United Way of Genesee County. If you want to go ahead and look that up. Also, there's a Flint water study. You can go also reach out to them and try to help and donate so they can hopefully get that going faster. They actually set up a GoFundMe account. The other thing is the Community Foundation of Greater Flint is asking for donations as well. And they actually want you to donate to the Flint Child Health and Development Fund. You can go ahead and look for that, and you can also help. The other thing also is the Flint Community Schools. They're actually accepting cash donations and bottled water still to this day. And if you want to reach out for the district finance office, it's 810-767-6030. If you want to maybe somehow drop off some water as well. And lastly, the Catholic Charities of Genesee County are also accepting cases of water, filter kits, cash, check. And their address is 517 East 5th Avenue in Flint, Michigan. And lastly, if you want to also contribute to the Center for Hope, who's also assisting with the Flint water crisis, you can call them at 810-232-9950, extension 325. And yeah, man, Governor Snyder, you are a piece of shit. And listen, man, it all comes back to you, brother. It all comes back to you. And you'll find out, because, you know, this piece of shit was actually putting out, how can I put this? Not even advertisements, but basically putting out these messages and putting some stuff online. And I guess basically letting people know that it was okay to bathe your kid in the water. Oh,
is that the bar we're at now? Is this the level of acceptance we've come to? Oh, it's okay to wash them. Don't drink it, but wash them. How about you?
Yeah, exactly. It was an online poster.
Yeah, It
was an online poster, and in it, they made sure to put in some key facts, and here goes some of them. Lead in bathwater will not soak into your skin fast or at high levels. Unfiltered warm tap water is okay for showers and baths for you and your kids, and just don't let the kids drink the bathwater when they play in the tub. Yuck. And then they have a white baby, and they have a nice, pretty old black baby in here too. So, yeah, real cool. Man, and then they made sure they took that down real quick when they were getting lambasted. They made sure to bring all that down. So good. Yeah.
Keep the
and
pressure on.
This was a couple years. This was back in 2016. Just so you guys don't forget. Yeah. Just don't forget, because yes, they're still going through it. So I wanted to make sure that I brought in what actually happened in 2016. Because I know we forget about it real fast. I know that this information and this news comes to us fast and furious. And we forget, we'll go from one crisis to another crisis, from this crisis to that crisis. So those were just a couple things that happened, a couple years ago, just so we all remember that, there's still people out there really, really struggling. And the worst part about it, Vic, it's that it's in America.
It's in our country.
America.
So anyway, shout out to Jennifer Lewis. I think what she did was pretty important. It was pretty seemingly simple idea to put forward, but just to keep that in the public eye was very important. And she's our POC of the week. And with that said, Ed, I think we're done for this week, man. Oh, we went for a good amount here. I'm happy. It's good to be back. Yeah. So if y'all want to interact with us, you can find us on buffet_boys on both Instagram and Twitter. You can also go to our website, buffetboyspodcast.tk, because we can't afford it.com still can't do it. But hey, we have something close. Hey, we have something big on the horizon. So you make sure you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for more information. And yeah, that's it, Ed.
Holla. Well, listen, man. This was episode 60. Fuck. It was in the 60s, high 60s. 67. Yo, big shout out to the UML network. Big shout out to Poindexter and the crew. Yep. All the other dope ass podcasts that are on the network with us. We appreciate you. We definitely have some really, really dope coming up, and it's actually in a couple weeks, and you'll probably see a nice Instagram post about it, but this is probably going to be one of our biggest interviews to date. And hopefully give us a little more shine. But yeah, man. So we'll be back next week, bringing more knowledge for your brain, more culture for your soul, and more bullshit for your week. It's your boy, the Salvadoran sensation, Eb.
It's your boy, Vic.
Peace.